Baby, I know it feels like you're going through a lot and the world is burning down, and it seems unreasonable that anyone expects you to go to work or function in your regular life while everything around you is burning down. Baby, here's what I want to share with you. Something is always going to be burning down. That is the nature of being human on a planet where things could stand some changing. But here is what is going to serve you and this world that you love, that you're so worried about, that you can't focus on yourself because you're busy being guilty about your good life because other people are experiencing things that are not good. Okay? I say not good in quotes because sometimes what we do not understand as humans, because we think everything is linear, because we think how it is now is how it's always going to be, because we tend to think, baby, being a human is a long haul event. I mean, you don't know how long you get to be human. Maybe 20 years, maybe 50 years, maybe 100 years. But in the span of eternity, it is that long. So here's what I want to share with you. When you start to learn how to get sturdy in yourself, understand where your attention and your focus is being distracted to that keeps you from taking care of yourself, and then bring it back to you. None of us are denying that the world is in transition. It has been in transition since the beginning of time. It has been the end times since the phrase, the end times, even started to ever be uttered. This is an exodus. This is where we get to learn how to be humans who care for ourselves, and our care for the world gets to bubble up over out of our full hearts. The things you do because you are motivated by fear and by anger, those things don't have the same effect as when you are motivated by love. When you are motivated by fear and by anger, baby, that's like using kindling. It's gonna burn hot and fast, but it's gonna burn fast and burn out. If you plan on being human in this world for very long, something that might serve you well is learning how to nourish yourself. Nourish, I say, not just with food, but the stuff you put in your mind, the stuff you let other people put in your mind. The stuff you let other people put in your mind, because words are spiritual. Words share feelings. I can say a word and then there will be 15 people who are like, I'm triggered by that word. Do you notice that they have given their power over to a word? I understand that words are used against humans, and they are meant to be harmful. They are meant to shut you up. They are meant to shut you down. But baby, guess what? You're the one who gets to decide, even if that was the intent, you're the one who gets to decide that that is what is actually going to happen. And look, I get it. There are words that resonate different in my body, and I'm like, clang, I don't like that. But I'm the one who can untickle this sensation from the thought that it's that word. And when I can listen to other people share a point of view that seems very different from mine, and I can actually settle in and Listen as a curious neighbor, not as an enemy, not as someone who believes something different. When I am focused on the worldview of love, abundance, connection, instead of the worldview of separation, fear, and scarcity, then that expands. It makes my experience of me in my life that much better. Even though it doesn't change anyone around me. The part where you need other people around you to change so you can be happy, you've got yourself in a chokehold, babe. You have yourself in a chokehold. You don't have to like what they do. Is it a deal breaker? Are you in a relationship where somebody's doing is a deal breaker? You get to choose to stay or not. It's never convenient to stay if you want to leave. And that's why so many of us need to hate something and find something to be the enemy before we can push out of it. A job, a relationship, your family situation. So look, this is Chuck. He's my buddy. He reminds me that death is always the last thing on this menu that I am eating off of for my life. But beautiful things come out of a death. They really do. They can. Maybe sometimes it's just something that needs to. Sometimes it's hard, but you can love someone enough, and that someone gets to be you as well, to let whatever's happening that you've been in, that you've got a lot of time and money invested in, to let go of. Because that investment is an anchor for some folks. So, Chuck and I want to tell you, you are the beloved. Before time began, you were known. You were known and you were loved. And there's an identity in you that was woven in you in your mother's womb. You were created of love, from love, to love. Baby, even if you were born in a family and a situation that wasn't a loving situation, the truth of you isn't where you came from. Like your human family, your human origins. That's not the capital T truth of you. The capital T truth of you is you are the beloved, created in love, created in delight, created as a fractal of the creators that created you. Let us create them in our image, gathering dirt, molding the man, breathing life into them. Baby, that's powerful. If you let it be. Am I in love with you?